We are going to talk about one of the most praised visas, the B1 B2 visa, also known as a business visitor visa, and most people know it as a tourist visa. You name it, this is one of the visas that brings a lot of people to the United States. So don't go anywhere. Subscribe to our channel, click on the like button, and we're going to get going on the B1 B2 visa, how to get it, etc. Yes, so let us start here. The B1, B2 visa, you apply it online, by the way. You usually don't use a lawyer for the B2, but B1, you might be able to use a lawyer if you need help. And we're going to go over this. First, it's under travelstate.gov. Don't go on any other website. It has to be on the official website. So what is a B1 visa for? The B1 visa is when you come here to do any kind of consultation with business associates, you can attend, this is very, very important, that part, attend scientific, educational, professional, or business conventions. A lot of people in our community are very much into science, STEM, basically science, technology, education, mathematics. So it is one of those visas that you can use, but be careful. Don't You should not be getting paid for those. Okay, so you cannot get paid for in the United States to do this, but you can come and attend to them, and this is totally acceptable. You can come and settle a state, that's also acceptable. For example, let's say you got an inheritance or you bought some kind of property. By the way, you don't have to be a US citizen to buy a property in the US in most states. So you can come and do your contracts here. And of course, you can come and negotiate contracts, some big business deal. We are in a time of multinationals. So this is the visa you use. Just as a footnote, B1, B2 can be converted into other visas, for example, L1, H1, etc. But we're not talking about this here. You can change status, just to let you know, to other visas depending on the circumstances. And there's a lot of if there, so but also can we do that? So we will talk about that in another video. But here we're going to talk how to get your B1 B2 visa. And if you need help, of course, our number is 510-742-5887. This is attorney Shah from the Shah Law Group, and I'm doing another guide video, because I think people like those videos a lot more, because it's a lot more visual, and it's really kind of make things a lot easier for people. And again, we're talking about the B1 B2 visa here. And one, there are a few other things you can add on that. For example, let's say you have to take a test, like example for an exam like USMLE exam and everything, you might be able to use a B1 B2 visa. For example, for a lawyer, you want to take the bar exam, that's the visa you might take. You cannot really come to study here, although if you look at the manual, it kind of allows you to do short crash course on this, but I will not recommend it, although it is possible. Like, for example, maybe 2 weeks crash course or things like that, you might be able to request a B1 visa for that, because you won't get an F1 visa for that. So these are the main ones that people use the B1 to. And it's usually combined with the B2, and we're going to talk about the B2. B2 is for tourism. That's you want to visit the Grand Canyon, San Francisco, New York, you name it, all the beautiful stuff in the United States, Michigan, Maryland, you name it, Alabama, Louisiana, all this you use a tourist visa. You come for vacation or holiday. We call it vacation in the US, but it's holiday in other countries. Come to visit friends. You can use that to come and visit friends. You can also use it for medical treatment. A lot of people don't know that, but you can use a B2 visa to come for medical treatment, especially some people who have some kind of complications that their country are not able to treat. They might be able to come here, but you'll have to prove that you have a condition that needs the United States. And of course, usually it's good to have the hospital inviting you, or any kind of clinic, or any kind of organizations. If you have any kind of social event, and that's what social events like you name it. You want to meet some friends, you're a Star Wars fan, etc. You can use that. Then you have participation by amateur sport. This is very interesting because I get that all the time. Usually people coming for sports, etc., they come usually in the P visa. But when you're coming just for amateur musical sports or any event, for example, let's say I want to come and play, I like archery. I'll use I want to participate in archery pro competition, and there's no real. I'm an amateur. I'm not a professional. I don't get paid for it. Well, I will use this visa, the B2 visa, and combine probably with the B1, and also enrollment in short recreational course. Okay, I was mentioning that on a B1, but it's actually on the B2. For example, towards a degree, 2-day cooking class. These are crash courses. If you want to come here, and if you want to also take an exam, you might be able to do that, but you cannot come here really kind of to do any kind of internship and stuff like that. Based on that, you can only come for short recreational study. And people ask me what is short. Well, they're talking about 2-day class and stuff like that, but it can go a little bit longer. It depends on a case by case. If you're doing a full course and stuff like that, then you will need to go into an F1 visa. These are the main ones that you can use. B1, B2, there's a combination of both, and you can talk to a lawyer, you can give us a call, we can go and analyze your case, but we don't really handle applying it for you because you don't need a lawyer for that. But the B1 visa, many companies will want us to prepare it because it's very specific to a certain project or conference, a negotiation of contract, etc. Then it would be good to have a lawyer. Otherwise, for just the tourism, it's not really required. However, if you want to participate in certain sports and everything, a lawyer preparing it, the question is that will they even read the statement the lawyer offered? That's another problem we have at the US Embassy. They don't really look at the paperwork. They just base everything on INA 214B, and I'm going to talk about that in a few. But let's first go ahead and see how you apply actually now. How to apply. First, you're going to check your embassy, you click on that, and you're going to apply. Okay, as a footnote here, right now, India, to even get an appointment, it's almost 1,000 days, 999, I think the last time they checked. So that means 3 years. So India is a no-no. Let's take any country like, let's take Germany, or Germany doesn't need it because they have waivers. Let's take Jamaica. Okay, Jamaica, I love Jamaica. So let's say Jamaica, you want to go to the U.S. Embassy. It's here, and first you got that. Now I don't know if they're open, by the way. I mean, not open, but are they open for the visitor visa? That's another question. Okay, let's say they are. Now we are going to apply for one form. It's only one form, DS 160, and that form is pretty straightforward, right? I don't know if it will allow me to open it because I have to go put data here. So once you get in, you just follow the instructions, and they will ask you, have you been deported, etc. Let's go into the instructions so that maybe I'll get the form, because if I get in, I have to put the data, and I'm not applying really. So